G'day, Michael here. I've got a structure that I need to put basically outside of the shed just to put the dust extraction machine in. And to try and keep the framing, thank you compressor, to try and keep the framing dimensions down, I've got the studs done in a non-normal way. So I'm using them in a thin dimension, which I'll clad later. But so that I've got some joint strength, I've decided to make a mortise and tenon joint, but I've done it in a very simple format in that you can see the two pencil lines there. Well, that's where the piece ought to go, is between the lines, and I've left the rounds going past that. So if you look at that, with the slots are oversized basically. Okay, so that will give me, let's see if I can do this one-handed. That'll give me a nice deep glue joint, and I'll be gluing the frame together, which is not common for, you know, a structural frame. You'd normally have nails or screws or whatever in a stud frame. It may be housed in a little bit, but certainly not a mortise and tenon joint. Which brings me to another subject, and that is a lot of people have got combination machines, but they may not even be aware that they've got the tool to do this job with their combination machine. So let's just have a look at mine. Okay, so compressor's done its job. This is, oh, blimey. This is my Felder combination machine. Now, even under and over thicknesses like that, they're the jointer tables and the thicknesser. What a lot of machines have got, whether they're jointer thicknesses or whether a general combination machine, is they often have a chuck on the side. Now sometimes they actually, an SCM that I had once upon a time, had the ability to use a grinder as well as this kind of a mortising table. Now, I can't stand far enough away. Let's just see how we go. Alright, so we've got the ability to plunge and move side to side. So plunge, side to side. Now I've simply put a disposable tip router cutter in here. This one happens to be 15mm diameter, but the reason why I've chosen a router cutter is they're made very rigid. So for cutting a slot, it's a very quick process. I think it was about 4 or 5 passes to do the slots that I did for these mortises. So it's a very quick way of cutting those slots. Now going back to the actual slots, when I want to do slots that are like square so it neatly fits the tenon, I would make the slot with the mortising attachment that I've got on the machine inside these lines, and then I'd chisel it out to square by hand. But I'm not really fussed about the extra round here, so I don't really care. In any case, that's going to produce a nice strong joint that I couldn't get out of, say, screws or nails, and certainly on an edge-on joint. So that's the process there. I hope that's been of interest to you. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment. Bye for now.